Today's tutorial is going to be natural but with a bold twist. So good makeup always starts with good skincare. So I'm just going to give my face a spray. And this is the Garnier Skin Active Rose Soothing Mist. And then on top of that, I'm going to be using the Nivea Soft Moisturiser. Plenty of that because I've had dry skin. So I'm just going to let that settle in a little bit, and then I'm going to use a blurring primer. So this is the L'Oreal Paris Nude Magique. Just going to use this around my T-zone and the places where my pores would usually be a little bit more visible. So for foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match in 4.D Natural Golden Natural, and I'm just gonna squirt that onto my face. Use L'Oreal True Match on some brides as well as the NARS Radiant Longwear. They're both really similar foundations, and obviously this one is a much cheaper alternative. So I would 100% recommend this if you want to get that sort of dewy, not too full coverage but enough coverage foundation for, I think it's like a third of the NARS price. Go in and brighten my under eye. So I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match La Touche Magique, and the product comes out at the top of the brush. So I'm just going to swipe that on my under eye, a little bit on my forehead, down my nose and chin, and then I'm going to blend with my fingers. Like that. And then that same foundation brush just to diffuse everything out. Next up is contour. So I really like to use Makeup Revolution foundation stick, and this is in F13. Always just taking a little bit of that on a brush and applying it to the top of my forehead, underneath my cheekbones, and this is really going to help warm up your face. Go over with the same brush that you did foundation with, just so everything is blended really nicely and there's no harsh lines. At my under eye, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Matte Maker, and this is in shade Classic Ivory. We also need to set that contour, so I'm just using the L'Oreal La Terra bronzer, and this is huge, this has lasted me ages. Just taking that and popping it over there. Just warming the face up and setting that contour that we did earlier. Next, I'm going to be using that same bronzer, and we're just going to work that all over the eye area. That is literally the only colour that I'm going to be putting on for eyeshadow. However, I am going to be creating a really simple little flick. I'm going to create a really sort of blown out liner with some shadow, and again just giving that a teeny tiny little flick. Just a really faint one. And that also gives the lashes that I'm going to use something just to sit on top of. So because of the lashes that I am using today, it's good to have something for them to go over. So these are red cherry eyelashes, and these are the Stevie lash. So these are really sort of short in width, and these are from eyelashes.couk. So I used to use the red cherry, can't remember the name of them, but these are basically mainly for your outer corners. These are going to give you like a really like winged and just a drawn out look. False eyelash lash applicator. So I use tweezers to apply lashes usually, but these are specifically shaped to the shape of eyelashes to make the lashes easier to apply basically. So I'll just show you these close up. So as you can see, the way that they're shaped means that the lash will sit really nicely in this here. Just going to take those lashes and peel them out of the packet, and then I am just popping on a little bit of lash glue. So you can see I've got the lash placed into here, so when I put this on I'm going to be able to put it all on in one go, and I'm going to show you how I do that. I do need a close-up mirror to be able to see what I'm doing. I found eyelashes easier to apply to other people than myself, probably because I've got most practice, I would imagine, with applying them to other people than me. So just going to start and place that like that. So that one is on, and the glue is still drying, so you'll be able to see that, but I'm going to go back and put a little bit of mascara on with those in a little bit. Next up is blusher. I have really been loving blusher at the minute, and this is the Zoeva Coral Spectrum, just taking a mixture of all four. I'm going to smile and find where I want that to sit. Don't forget to swipe on your forehead so that everything just ties in really nicely. And then over that I'm going to go in with another blush, and this is a MAC blush, but the name has rubbed off it, I've had it that long, but it's basically got like a shimmer to it. It's just going to brighten up the face a little bit more. Okay, so I remember buying this highlighter, it turning up, and it came all the way from America, and I was devastated. I was like, oh my god, it's not pigmented, it's not giving me a banging highlight, it's not doing this, it's not doing that. And then I realised not every highlight needs to be the most pigmented highlight you have ever seen. It really doesn't, and I'm going to show you why. So basically, to create the illusion of really like dewy, glowy skin, so as you can see, we managed to keep it quite dewy and glowy so far anyway. I'm taking an extremely fluffy fan brush and putting it in, and what you're going to do is dust that over the bits that you want to be glowy, and look, you've got a really pretty natural glow to your skin, and it doesn't even look like you're actually wearing any highlighter. So I'm going to pop a little bit more in the bits where I would normally highlight, but then in the other bits that you want to be glowy, just dust it and you end up with a really pretty natural glow. We're just going to spray this so it isn't a setting spray, it is a hydrating mist, so it's basically just gonna make all the makeup sort of melt together a little bit. And next I'm gonna go in with brows using the same shade that I used for the eyeliner earlier to create a nice natural fluffy brow. Has anyone had their eyebrows laminated. I saw a couple of crazy ones that really put me off, but I have seen some people with really nice ones. I guess it depends how sort of dramatic you want them. And I do also have a friend where hers lasted like a couple of days, and they basically just went back to normal and looked just overgrown and just not tidy. So if you have had them and you had a good experience, just comment down below and let me know, because I've been thinking about it. Obviously I won't be able to get them done yet. So I'm just using the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. This is rubbed off so you can't see it. And I'm just going to go underneath onto my natural lashes to help them connect with those other ones and make everything else tie in nicely. And then just really subtle on the bottom. So that is it for the skin and the eyes. So as you can see, it's just like a really sort of natural, glowy, simple makeup look. Doesn't look anything too special. So we're going to go in with a red lip and we're just going to make a statement with it. For lip liner, I am using the Gosh lip liner in Simply Red. And I'm just going to take a close-up mirror to do this because red lip liner and lipstick can go wrong really fast. For lipstick, I'm just using this Ted Baker lipstick. It doesn't seem to have a name or a shade, so. And voila.
You don't forget your first love. We were young and wild, we were up all night. You don't forget that summer sun 2000.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you again on Tuesday for my next video. Thank you.